Yo, what is up you guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about how you can make $100 per day starting an ATM business. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Welcome to the Chad Osuji Show, where I show you business strategies, marketing techniques, and tactics to grow your own business. So before we can actually learn how to make $100 per day with an ATM business, we actually have to learn some of the basics, some of the fundamentals behind how the ATM business actually works. All right, so this is pretty much how the entire ATM process works. So say we have a guy named Larry, and Larry wants to go and he wants to take out $20 from my ATM machine. So he sticks his credit card inside of my ATM machine. Now at the same time, my ATM machine is connecting with Larry's bank, and he is asking, my machine is pretty much asking Larry's bank, does he have $23 in his account? Because he is requesting $20 plus my $3 convenience fee, which comes out to be $23. So my ATM machine is asking Larry's bank, does he have $23 in his account? Once his bank gets back to my machine and says, yes, he does have $23 in his account, my machine will kick Larry $23 and he'll stick that, put it in his wallet. Now, at the same time, Larry's bank is actually connecting with my bank, and they are sending me $23 because $20 for the cash and $3 for the surcharge. Now this $20 I can break down and say $20 I can put back into the machine, and $3 is my profit. So that means at the end of each week I can actually go and take my $20 and put it right back into the machine to make me more money. And again, I am left with $3 of profit. Now that we understand some of the basics behind how the ATM business works, we're actually going to look at how you can actually go out there and make $100 per day. Now we actually have to break down some of the math behind how to make $100 per day. So if we make $100 per day, and say there's 30 days in a month, that means that we're really saying that we need to make $3,000 per month. Because, 30 days times $100 per day is $3,000 per month. And on average, our ATM machines should make us about $500 each month. So that means that if we need to make $3,000 per month and you divide 3,000 by $500, that means that we need 6 ATM machines before we can make $100 per day. Now, I know for some of you that are starting out, 6 machines might seem like a lot to you, but once you get that first machine, everything sort of builds on top of each other. So you take that income from the first machine, then you use it to purchase your second machine, and then you take the income from the first and second machine, use that to purchase your third machine, and so on and so forth until you get 6 machines. And, even after you get 6 machines, you can still take that income and, put it towards money to get a 7th, 8th, 9th machine. And by the time you know it, you're at 20, 30 machines, and you can quit your full-time job, and this thing can support you financially over, the next how many years of your life. And remember guys, this is passive income, and passive income is way different than a 9-to-5, employee job. Yeah, with a 9-to-5 job, you actually work 40 hours per week. And with this ATM business, you're only working 6 hours every 2 weeks, and you're making the same amount as someone who has a 40-hour per week job, and you're doing a fraction of the work and you're making the same amount as them. So we can actually focus our time elsewhere to even make us more money. And time is our most powerful, most valuable asset. And since we have these ATM machines working for us, we can actually spend our time doing whatever we want. We can, spend more time with our families. We can go on vacations. We can do all of these hobbies. We can do these things that we love to do because we have, sacrificed our income up front to purchase all of these ATM machines. And then, it pays us over the long run. And this is why, passive income, this ATM business is so powerful, because because it can allow us to eventually quit our 9-to-5 jobs. And it allows us that freedom that we never had before. And an ATM business can help you get there. Now, I don't want to just spend this entire video, talking about how you can make this, how you can make that. I actually want to go over to my computer and I want to show you guys how you can actually go out there and prospect, look for different types of locations, and how to actually contact these business owners into getting your ATM machine in their store. So let's go to the computer and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so I'm over here on my computer and I actually just want to show you guys, some different ways on which I actually go out and I look for different types of locations. So a lot of the locations that you guys can look for are liquor stores, barber shops, nail salons, strip clubs, and also gas stations as well. So what you're going to want to do is go onto Google, and what I actually like to first do is look for cash only locations. So one thing that I will do is I'll go over here to Google, I'll type in Reddit, cash only, and then I will type in a city that's near me. So I live in Maryland and a big city that's near me is Baltimore. So I'll just type in Reddit cash only Baltimore. And then I will go ahead and search on Google. And a lot of the times you can actually find that, people are going on Reddit and they're actually looking for these places that are cash only, or, they'll talk about these places that are cash only because, some of these customers, they want to warn other customers to bring cash before they come. So a lot of these forums, a lot of these websites will tell you which are good locations to put your ATM in and which are not. So for example, if say we go to this one, what's the best Chinese food restaurant in Baltimore City? And we'll go ahead and click on this one. And as you can see in the search results, it was saying something about cash only. So if we hit Control F to hit that find up in the top right corner, we can type in cash. All right, so if you look here, it says, one of the comments says, yes, best around. Are they still cash only? And then the first answer says, they do accept cards for purchases over a certain amount. I think it's $25, but they still prefer cash. So that means that any transaction that is under $25, they are still cash only. So this is a really good way of, searching for different types of locations, searching to see which locations are still cash only. Now, if you can see that the comment right above it, it is in Lutherville and it's called China Moon. So we can go over to Google again, type in China Moon, Lutherville. And then we can go over to their Yelp page, China Moon Carryout, and you can see their Yelp page. It looks like a small place, very local, which is it could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how popular the restaurant actually is. Okay, and again, if you do Control F and you search for cash, the first thing that comes up, it says, today we learned something new. Previously, we had always paid in cash, but today we charged our lunch. Please note that when you charge, they assess a 4% surcharge for using a credit card. So that means that customers are encouraged to use cash, and when they use a credit card, there is a penalty for them to pay. So it's encouraged for these people to use cash. So if we place an ATM machine in there, these people will use their ATM machine and then they will then pay in cash because it could potentially save them some money. Also, we can also go and talk to the business owner about changing their, their payments to just cash only, because obviously they want their customers to pay in cash only. They don't want credit cards because they hate the credit card processing fees. So it's encouraged for, these people to use cash. So the business owner might be more willing to actually change their payment processing and just accepting cash only. Now, the second comment, you can even see it says cash only right here. So it could potentially be cash only. Maybe like we saw before, it could be until you reach that $25 mark. And then this other one says, since it's a small business, they do prefer cash only, and they recently have started to take credit cards. So if we go down this whole list, we can see that it's obvious that there is a high cash demand at this location, and if we can convince the owner to just go cash only and then provide him with an ATM machine, we could get more transactions on our ATM machine. So just one thing to keep in mind. So now the second step in order to go and contact this restaurant is you take down this address, copy that address, and we can actually go and visit this address. If you guys want to be more efficient, you can actually go ahead and call this number right here. Just give them a call and say like, hey, I own an ATM business, wondering if you guys are interested in a free ATM. And if they bite, then you can go ahead and explain like that's what you're there to do. You want to help their business out. You can bring more customers to their business. You can, decrease their credit card processing transaction fees. You can help this business in so many different ways. And, once they see the value in that, then you can go ahead and, have them sign the contract and provide them with the free ATM machine. But if they don't answer on the phone, or usually the owner's not there, go to the physical location and drop off one of these flyers, and it explains exactly what your business is, who your business is, what your business does, and how their business could benefit. So just a quick read for the business owner. I have these steps 1, 2, 3. It doesn't take that long to read, and if they're interested, they'll give you a call back. Usually they won't give you a call back. So you're just gonna have to, keep following up. Obviously, it's like a sales process, so you have to keep following up, keep calling them, keep pounding their phones, and eventually you will get in contact with the business owner, and eventually you will be able to, have them sign the contract. So thank you guys so much for staying to the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if it did help. And I do actually have a pre-sale for my course. The full course launches on May 5th, 2019. But if you get it now, you can actually get it for 50% off. So that comes out to be around $199. But I have 4 spots left. And if you are one of those 4 lucky students, I will actually give you free processing. And most companies, they charge anywhere from like $15 to $60 for processing, and I will give it to my students absolutely free if you are one of the lucky 4 to get in there. So don't sleep on this deal, because I will literally never offer this thing again. Link is down in the description below. So that is all for this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.